Our ambassador to the United Nations, Mike Waltz, was on with Laura Ingraham on Fox last night, trying to explain, well, just answering her question about regime change. Here he is.
The issue of regime change, which I addressed in the angle, obviously the president campaigned for more than a decade, both as a private citizen and running for office, that he was against regime change. So is the objective here what we had initially thought is to totally decimate their nuclear capability? They can't sponsor terrorism around the world. Is that victory here, or is victory putting in a new, more Western type government along with that?
Laura, the president laid it out. The Secretary Rubio has laid it out. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. They have to give up their long-range ballistic missiles. They cannot continue to sponsor terrorism all over the world, as what many administrations have put up with as the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism. And they can't have these naval capabilities that can instantly shut off 20% of the world's energy supply. Those are the objectives, and God bless our United States military that are achieving those objectives right now as we speak. Like you said, in many ways, we've already won. And decapitating the leadership that can pull the trigger on many of those things, on all of those things, was a key objective. Now, if the Iranian people take matters into their own hands and get rid of this diabolical regime, then I think that will be applauded around the world.
That's strong, brother. That's strong. Now, remember a little bit earlier, we had a clip from President Trump who said, I guess the worst case would be we do this and then somebody takes over who's as bad as the previous person, right? That could happen. So a rag that calls itself the American conservative, which really isn't conservative, they're commies, they're concerned about this. I don't know. And their executive director, Kurt Mills, predicts Trump's war with Iran would galvanize a new generation of leaders that will be hostile to the U.S. Yes, Kurt Mills, who, by the way, he's saying this on Steve Bannon's War Room over on Real America's Voice. Now, you remember Steve Bannon, everybody thought he was a conservative. Trump was on to him years ago when he fired him, called him Sloppy Steve. Steve Bannon really tight with Jeffrey Epstein. Anyway, he is platforming this Kurt Mills, executive director of the so-called American Conservative magazine, who says we're creating a more radicalized, potentially more formidable Islamic Republic. Now, I just love what Colonel Kurt Schlichter says in response. Don't fight back because it might make them mad at you. For real, American conservative, my elbow. Doggone lib. The guy's no conservative. Yeah. By the way, just in case your liberal friends and family over there on TikTok are saying that American or Israeli missile killed a bunch of school children in Iran, the Iranian government has already admitted it was one of their misfired missiles. But people keep lying. They keep lying. So Representative Jason Crow, who serves on the Intel and Armed Services Committees, Democrat, says that Trump is lying. Cynical Publius responds, you're the freaking liar. You know full well how many American servicemen and servicewomen died at the hands of Iranian EFPs. How do you sleep at night? Yeah. I often wonder about that. I really do.